Ladies and gentlemen, as we can see, our chief guest for this evening, Honorable Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, President, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, has arrived. The High Commissioner of India, His Excellency SHRI GOPAL BAGLAY, is receiving the chief guest. Most venerable members of the clergy, ladies and gentlemen, the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, is an autonomous organization of the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, involved in India's global cultural relations through cultural exchanges with other countries and their people. It was founded in April 1950 by Sri Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, the first education minister of independent India. Its objectives are to actively participate in the formulation and implementation of policies and programs pertaining to India's external cultural relations to foster and strengthen cultural relations and mutual understanding between India and other countries, to promote cultural exchanges with other countries and people, and to develop relations with nations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, formerly known as Indian Cultural Center, was established in Colombo in 1998 under the aegis of the High Commission of India. And since then, it has been functioning as a hub of cultural activities in Colombo. The center was formally inaugurated by the then Prime Minister of India, Bharat Ratna, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and is celebrating the Silver Jubilee anniversary of its establishment this year. Through its various outreach programs and activities, the center has been promoting intercultural dialogue and people-to-people contacts between Sri Lanka and India. The center has earned a reputation for excellence through its wide-ranging activities such as dance and music performances, exhibitions, seminars, workshops, lectures, and cultural festivals, engaging artists and scholars from both India and Sri Lanka. It also facilitates extension of ICCR and other scholarships to Sri Lankan students to help them grow and contribute to the Sri Lankan society and economy. Most venerable members of the clergy, ladies and gentlemen, as a mark of an auspicious beginning to this momentous occasion, our dignitaries will be lighting the ceremonial lamp. May I request our chief guest for the afternoon, Honorable Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, President, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, New Delhi, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, His Excellency Shri GOPAL BAGLAY, Mr. Sobaratna Vidana Patirana, Secretary, Ministry of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, Professor Nilanthi De Silva, Vice Chancellor of the University of Kelaniya, ICCR alumnus, Venerable Dr. Maithipe Vimalasara Mahathera, Professor Lal Mervyn Dharmasiri, to kindly come forward and to light the oil lamp. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we commence our proceedings for this afternoon, may I request everyone to please rise for the national anthems of Sri Lanka and India.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please take your seats now. Most venerable members of the clergy, our chief guest, Honorable Dr. Vinay SHRI, President, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, New Delhi, His Excellency Shri GOPAL BAGLAY, High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, dignitaries, ICCR alumni, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, a very warm welcome to this event, organized to confer the distinguished ICCR alumni and launch of the Sri Lanka chapter of India Alumni. As we gather here today on this special occasion to witness the conferment of the ICCR Distinguished Alumni Award and launch the Sri Lanka chapter of the India Alumni, I request His Excellency Shri Gopal Baglay, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, to kindly come forward and deliver the welcome address.
Most venerable members of Mahasangha, religious leaders from other communities, Honorable President of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE ji, Honorable Secretary, Ministry of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, other senior officials from the government of Sri Lanka, Vice Chancellors, scholars, Professor Dharmasiri and Madam Dharmasiri, other distinguished scholars who have been associated with India, with ICCR, students, ladies and gentlemen, Ayubovan, Vanakkam, Namaskar, very good afternoon to all of you. It's a matter of great privilege and honor for me to add my words of welcome to the welcome that you have already been accorded to this special event on this special day. It is a special event because today, Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, who is the President of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, in his august presence, we will launch this initiative of connecting, or I would rather say reconnecting, the alumni of ICCR with India and reconnecting India with them. It is also a special event because today we will be presenting our tokens of gratitude, our tokens of recognition in the form of what they have done to connect the two countries, our cultures and civilizations, through their work, through their education in our times. I say this, our times, because our two countries, as we all know, are not merely close friends and neighbors geographically, civilizationally, but we are connected with an invisible umbilical cord whose effects, whose close bonds are actually manifest in each and every one of us. India and Sri Lanka, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, are civilizational twins. And therefore, celebrating what we celebrate today is not merely the link in the field of education or culture or religion, but the bonds between our two civilizations, which is essentially oneness, similarity expressed in two different geographies. So it is a singular honor for me to have the privilege of welcoming Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE ji. He is here today, as he mentioned a few minutes ago, again, and you will hear from him why again, in his second home. This year is a year of many landmarks. 75 years of Sri Lanka's independence, 75 years last year of India's independence, 75 years of India-Sri Lanka diplomatic relations, 125 years that we celebrated since last year of the journey of the great Swami Vivekananda back to India after his world-famous address at the Parliament of Religions in Chicago. He came, that lecture, that address was in 1893, but it is greatly symbolic that he went back to India, not directly from America, but via Sri Lanka. So 125 years since last year of that celebration. 25 years of the cultural center which we have named after this great son, not only of Mother India, but the great son of earth, of the world, of humanity, Swami Vivekananda. So on such an occasion where there is so much of confluence of so many landmarks, sir, it is a great privilege to have you amidst us, to give us your guidance, and to have this reconnect between India and the students, our brothers and sisters in Sri Lanka, and the venerable monks also, who have studied in India. In a sense, India and Sri Lanka are not merely civilizational twins, but also partners in progress, peace, and prosperity. I would say so because Sri Lanka is at the most unique and happy confluence of three vital streams of India's foreign policy. These three vital streams are, of course, the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is but one family. And that expression, as many of you would know, finds its latest manifestation in the motto of India's G20 presidency, which is one earth, one family, one future. So that is one stream. The other stream is neighborhood first. Since the whole world is a family, everyone is a part of this family, but certainly neighbors come first. And the third stream, ladies and gentlemen, is the doctrine of Sagar, which Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, propounded in 2015. Sagar is an acronym in English, SAGAR, security and growth for all in the region. Now here in Sri Lanka, which is a member of Indian Ocean Rim Countries Association, IORA, Sri Lanka, which is a member of BIMSTEC, Sri Lanka, which is as much in Indian Ocean as in Bay of Bengal, I need not tell you the importance of the confluence of these three vital pillars of India's foreign policy for the practitioner of diplomacy like me. But all practitioners need guidance. And what provides this guidance? This guidance is provided by the connect that we have always had. The work that you all do, the common people, their aspirations, this is what democracies, diverse democracies like India and Sri Lanka work for. In democracies, people are the most important, and therefore, in the ties between countries like India and Sri Lanka, it is the relationship between the people which is most important. So what we celebrate today is the central place of the relationship between the peoples of India and Sri Lanka. That relationship has existed for thousands of years, for millennia, and that continues to be the hallmark of the special bond that every Indian has and feels towards every Sri Lankan, and may I say, vice versa. Our similarities are many, but I will just pick up two from this hall today. When we sang the national anthems, the first one, Sri Lanka, we say Sri Lanka Mata. For India, also in India, we say Bharat Mata. And not only that, the celebrated song written by Bankim Chand Chatterjee in Anandamath, Vande Mataram. And if you see the description, Sujalam, Sufalam, Malaya Jashitalam, Shasya Shamlam, Mataram, and you see how we venerate Mother Lanka, Sri Lanka Mata. You all know the national anthem, I don't need to tell you. The descriptions, there is so much of similarity. Why? Because we look upon our countries, our motherlands, with the same cultural ethos and eye in both our countries. Second, this lamp that we lit. This lamp symbolizes many things. But most of all, it encapsulates the motto of Tamso Ma Jyotirgamay, lead me from darkness to light. And who better to lead us from darkness to light than the students, the alumni, which have studied in Sri Lanka, who have studied in India, and on whom rests the future of taking this relationship forward. I am very grateful to the Indian Council of Cultural Relations, sir, to your personal guidance, to all our colleagues from ICCR who have sent us number of opportunities, who have sent us very wonderful colleagues, including the current director of the Cultural Center and his predecessors, who have helped us take forward the relationship which has been, as I said, the most central aspect of the bond between India and Sri Lanka. So today, as we welcome all of you in our midst, as we welcome the alumni of ICCR in our midst, we rededicate ourselves, we recommit ourselves to continue to work even with more vigor, more strength, more commitment for keeping this flame alive, which we have lit today. And in all this, sir, we are very grateful and very privileged to receive your guidance. And therefore, I would say this is a very special day that you are amidst us to guide us with your thoughts. So ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once again, and I thank all of you for taking your time to be with us today. And I look forward to our continued interaction with all of you, and even those who could not make it today to this hall, because this area of people-to-people relationship, as I said, is the most vital chord in our relationship. Its past has depended on you, our ancestors. Its present is manifested in you, and its future will also be carried forward by you. Bahuma Stuti, Nandri, Dhanyavad.
Thank you, His Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, that the mandate of the ICCR is to foster and strengthen cultural relations and mutual understanding between India and other countries through numerous activities in the areas of performing arts, fine arts, translations, Indic studies, cultural tourism, Ayush, and wellness. To this end, ICCR also gives an opportunity to artists from other countries to visit India and showcase their rich cultural heritage to art lovers in India. Only a month back, a group of talented Sri Lankan artists and former students of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center performed Ramayana songs in Raipur of Chhattisgarh and received immense love and appreciation from the Indian audience. Today, this group will perform a Sri Ram Bhajan in Hindi, and this will be followed by Hindi and Sinhala fusion for this distinguished audience.
बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में, मेरे घर राम आए हैं। कथा शबरी के जैसे जुड़ गई मेरी कहानी से, न रोको आज धोने दो चरण आँखों के पानी से। बहुत खुश है मेरे आंसू के प्रभु के काम आए हैं। बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में, मेरे घर राम आए हैं। हुई रघुवर तुम्हारी, तब आई है सवारी। आज खुशियों की हमारे बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में, मेरे घर राम आए हैं। दर्शन पाके है अवतारी, धन्य हुई है नैन पुजारी, जीवन नैया तुमने तारी।
मंगल भवना मंगलहारी, मंगल भवना मंगलहारी।
निर्धन का तुम धन हो राघव, तुम ही रामायण हो राग, सब दुख हरना अवध बिहारी।
मंगल भवना मंगलहारी, मंगल भवना मंगलहारी। चरण की धूल ले लो मेरे घर राम आए हैं।
बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में, मेरे घर राम आए हैं। मेरी चौखट पे चल के आज चारों धाम आए हैं। बजाओ का पता न था मुझे आप किस लिए मिल गए मैं अकेले यूं ही मजे में था मुझे आप किस लिए मिल गए मगे नामली बेंदिया दरे मन माली आई मैंने के होया और हुए नहीं यही पावे हम आप पिठरी गया बेंदिया दरे सुकुमारी पिंपनी विदे पावे गमे
हमको मिले हैं आज घड़ियां नसीब से हमको मिले हैं आज घड़ियां नसीब से जी भर के देख लीजिए हमको करीब से फिर आपके नसीब में ये बात हो न हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो लग जा गले से इतना गमदावटना उरुपेमक पटलना रोना रे मन हारे सुकुमालिनु बतमा इतना गमदावटना उरुपेमक पटलना रोना रे मन हारे सुकुमालिनु बतमा आइए मेरे आगे बात बार करे बात तेरी है तेरी आई जो तेरी यादें रुक रुक चले सांस मेरी है मेरी हाँ मुझे प्यार है तुमसे हाँ तुझ में ही तो मेरी जहाँ मनहारी तनहारी सुकुमाली प्रियतमा हितला गमदावटना हुरुपे मक पटलना रुवनारी मनहारी सुकुमाली नुबतमा आइए मेरे आगे
लबन से बमे Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed the musical performances. Please once again give them a very big round of applause. The musical performance was presented by WDS Hemal Vahalathandri, L. Gimhana Kumangoda, KVG M. Kakulavala, TD Minik Tivela, BRO Mendes, and IAD Madhushankar. Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the achievements of foreign students who studied in India, the ICCR Distinguished Alumni Award was instituted in the year 2015. The award is conferred upon foreign nationals who have studied in India and have contributed to the promotion of understanding, goodwill, and friendship between India and their respective countries. It is a matter of great joy and pride for both India and Sri Lanka that this prestigious award is being conferred upon a distinguished academician, Professor Lal Mervyn Dharmasiri, today. Professor Dharmasiri, who is a senior professor and chair of geography at the University of Kelaniya, completed his master's at Sri Krishna Devaraya University in Andhra Pradesh under an ICCR scholarship in the year 1992. The ICCR Distinguished Alumni Award 2020 is being presented to Professor Dharmasiri for his exemplary academic achievements and contributions to the growth and development of Sri Lanka and promotion of India-Sri Lanka ties. I now would like to invite our chief guest, Honorable Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, President of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, and His Excellency Shri GOPAL BAGLAY, High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, to the dais to confer the ICCR Distinguished Alumni Award upon Professor Lal Mervyn Dharmasiri. Excellencies may kindly take their seats. May I request Professor Dharmasiri to kindly stay back and say a few words, please.
Thank you very much. අවසරයි අපේ හාමුදුරනේ. Honorable President of the ICCR, Your Excellency High Commission of India in Sri Lanka, Secretary of the Ministry of Buddha Sasana, and the Vice Chairman of the University Grant Commission, all the Vice Chancellors, all the dignitaries, ICCR fellows, and ladies and gentlemen. So I'm very happy to accept this prestigious award of the ICCR. So I'm appreciating and thanking to the ICCR, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, and the Government of India for awarding me this prestigious award, ICCR Fellow 2020. When I received this award, my mind went back to 1990s, where I was selected for the ICCR scholarships. So around 60 undergraduates and postgraduate students, including me, from Sri Lanka, went to India for our higher studies. So I'm happy that Professor Tilakaratne is here. He was with our group and he was playing a very leading role with our group. And during that period, in Sri Lanka, there was much insurgency due to LTT issue. So we went to Bangalore via Chennai, at that time we call Madras. So Madras to Bangalore, we traveled by bus. So all the Sri Lankan group were provided extra high security. So we were escorted by the Tamil Nadu and Karnataka police. So they wanted to protect us from these situations. And also there was a very important programs was organized for all the Sri Lankans at the Bangalore. So after that we went to our particular universities. So myself, I was selected for the SK University in Andhra Pradesh. So I completed my master there in rural development. So I learned not only rural development, but also Indian culture and also the way of living of the Indians. So my university where I was graduated paved the way to understand the world. My second degree from the University of Andhra Pradesh, University of SK University, helped me to open up me to the world. So after completion of my degree, I returned to Sri Lanka. And again, I won a fellowships from the Norwegian government. There's a NORAD fellowship. And I went there and completed postgraduate diploma and MMC. So finally, I want to choose my PhD study. So I chose India again for my PhD study. So Pune University was the place where I had completed my PhD. So I completed it in 2009 and returned to Sri Lanka. So the knowledge and experience obtained from my studies from India and as well as other countries helped me to develop my academic career. So I was able to organize different cultural and academic programs between India and Sri Lanka. So many collaborative programs were organized by me. So some institutions like Goa University, Pune University, Solapur University, and also Panjia Geographical Associations, Maharashtra Bhugola Vidya Parishad helped me to carry on this task. So today also, in the daytime, I was in the Ministry of Higher Education for identifying suitable candidates for the ICCR scholarships. So this endeavor, I was able to do this endeavor because of the foundation laid by the ICCR. So I am thankful to the Indian people who contributed my scholarship for my studies. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and many congratulations to you, Professor Dharmasiri. Ladies and gentlemen, India has been one of the most sought-after destinations for education since time immemorial. The Indian knowledge, traditions, and the world-class universities like Taxila and Nalanda were revered by the scholars across the world. ICCR, with a mandate to propagate India's rich cultural and educational heritage, operates various programs which also include administering of scholarship programs of the government. ICCR annually offers large number of scholarships to students from countries across the world to pursue academic and other courses in Indian performing visual arts at undergraduate, postgraduate, and research levels in Indian institutions. Every year, thousands of students become ICCR alumni. With Sri Lanka, exchange of knowledge started maybe 2,500 years ago from the time Prince Mahinda arrived in Sri Lanka. Today, around 200 fully funded ICCR scholarships are offered to Sri Lankan students every year. In April 2022, ICCR launched the India Alumni, a portal for foreign students on the occasion of its 72nd Foundation Day to connect all foreign students. Today, we are very glad to announce launch of the Sri Lankan chapter of India Alumni. The aim is to build a network where all alumni can be engaged and be connected and updated about India. Without further ado, I would like to invite our chief guest, Honorable Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, President, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, to formally launch the Sri Lanka chapter of India Alumni by clicking the gadget. And I would also request His Excellency, the High Commissioner, Shri GOPAL BAGLAY, and the Secretary, Ministry of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, to join the President on the dais. I kindly invite Honorable President ICCR to kindly hand over a few India alumni identity cards to a few selected alumni. Yes, sir. Yes. Firstly, I would like to call upon Mr. S. Selva Logesh to come forward to receive his ICCR Alumni Identity Card from the President of ICCR and His Excellency Shri GOPAL BAGLAY. Mr. Logesh completed his BA in Psychology at the University of Bangalore in the year 2015 under the Nehru Memorial Scholarship Scheme. Next, I call upon Mr. Hasitha Kasunhapo Arachi to join us on the stage. He completed his BA degree at the Gujarat University under Nehru Memorial Scholarship Scheme in the year 2021. Next, I invite Ms. Chamudi Pereira to receive her Alumni Identity Card from Honorable President of ICCR. Chamudi Pereira completed a BA in English in the year 2021. Next, I invite Mr. S. Rameshnath. Mr. Rameshnath completed his Bachelor of Business Management in International Business under the prestigious Nehru Memorial Scholarship at the Pune University in the year 2012. Next, I invite Ms. Nishadi Kumarasiri. Nishadi completed a Bachelor of Business Management in International Business under the prestigious Nehru Memorial Scholarship at the Pune University in the year 2017. Next, Ms. K.G. Udani Anuttara Nandasiri to receive her Alumni Identity Card. Ms. Nandasiri completed a BBM IB degree in the year 2017 at the Pune University. I now invite Ms. Purni Dias to come forward and receive her Alumni Identity Card. Ms. Dias completed a BA in English degree in the year 2017 under the esteemed Nehru Memorial Scholarship Scheme at Pune University. Next, I invite Ms. Setvia Mudalige to come forward and receive her Alumni Identity Card. Ms. Mudalige completed a BBM IB degree in the year 2017 under the esteemed Nehru Memorial Scholarship at the Pune University. Ladies and gentlemen, now I invite Mr. M.A.P. Sandeepta Madhura Peruma. He completed his BSc in microbiology in the year 2017 under the Nehru Memorial Scholarship Scheme at the Pune University. Next, Mr. Malit Kanishka Arambage. He completed his BSc in microbiology under the Nehru Memorial Scholarship Scheme at the prestigious Pune University. Thank you, Honorable President and His Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, now before I call upon our chief guest, Honorable Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, President, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, to deliver his address, I would like to say a few words about his many accomplishments and illustrious career. Dr. VINAY P. SAHASRABUDDHE is a well-known scholar thinker of political science and democracy, professionally renowned as a trainer of people's Ladies and gentlemen, before I invite Honorable President for his address, there is another segment where I would like to now call upon an ICCR alumnus, Venerable Dr. Maithipe Vimalasara Thera, Chief Incumbent and also the Vice President of World Buddhist Sangha Council of the Parama, and also the incumbent of the Parama Dhamma Chaitya Parivena Ratmalana, to share his thoughts on this occasion.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Honorable President of the Indian Council for Cultural Relationship, Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, आपको श्रीलंका आने के पर बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। यह आपका कर्म भूमि है। The High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, our very close friend, His Excellency Sri GOPAL BAGLAY. So, Sri GOPAL BAGLAY जी का अपना टर्म के बाद हम लोग नहीं सोच रहा है वापस विधवा दीदी के लिए. So, distinguished our venerable monks and the President of the Ramakrishna Mission, distinguished other religious leaders, our Secretary of the Buddha Sasana Ministry, and the prestigious alumni award receiver of this year, Dr. Lal, and ladies and gentlemen, and other fellow students of those who have benefited from the ICCR. No doubt, I have to make a very particular name of our director of the ICCR. He is here. He is the important person of the ICCR in Sri Lanka. So, मुझे छोटा मौका आपने दे दिया है दो शब्द बोलने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. हम ये ICCR के मदद से मेरा एजुकेशन भारत में ले लिया है, कलकत्ता यूनिवर्सिटी और बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी में. दो यूनिवर्सिटी में हमको पढ़ने के लिए मौका मिल गया. So 90s, बहुत पहले. So we know very well that when the ICCR was established in 1950, April 9th, many of we were not born even. We born later than that. However, we all were benefited out of it. So that cherished memory and what contributed and what we have learned from the Bharat, that cannot be forgotten. And today is another important of the launch of Sri Lankan chapter of Indian Alumni. So to me that this very particular Sri Lankan chapter started in some 2,500 years ago. When the Buddha was there, when Buddha traveled to Sri Lanka, when the great Arahat Mahinda traveled to Sri Lanka, when the great Sanghamitra Theris traveled to Sri Lanka, the Sri Lanka chapter already started. That cultural relationship, again and again, we are reviving and we are recalling that invaluable message. And being the president of the prestigious ICCR, so you are the one to carry on this message not only to Sri Lanka, to the entire world. To the entire world, what I mean that the entire world needs this message from India. So the world situation is not very good. We are sitting here, but some part of the world is very much disturbed. There is no answer for it. Only ICCR can bring the answer. The ICCR can develop this message not only to Sri Lanka, somewhere in the US also, to Russia also, to Ukraine also, how to live a better life, a peace life. And the peace-loving people in Sri Lanka, they are always venerated to India for mainly few reasons. The one is the foremost things about the Buddha's previous message. And not only that, when they are recalling the history, they found the great Anagarika Dharmapala, who visited India in 1981 in India, and also that the 1891 in India, and also he addressed the famous Chicago in 1892 over there with Swami Vivekananda. And these always Sri Lankans they are having this mindset about the Anagarika Dharmapalji and the Swami Vivekananda. Their close relationship always remembering. This Indian Council for Cultural Relationship also again and again bringing to us this vital relationship. And about a year ago, there was a ceremony thanks to India. In that ceremony time, we very much appreciated the government of India and the Indian community's service to Sri Lanka. When the Sri Lanka is facing the trouble in many aspects, the government of India has come forward to help us. So we cannot forget it. Not only to the financially, even morally, Sri Lanka helped us in many ways. Therefore, once again, we have to recall and remember about this invaluable message what we are receiving over here. We are very much thanks for you, sir, to come all the way to Sri Lanka to promote this relationship again and again. And also we are thanking to the High Commissioner of Sri Lanka that you are doing. Basically, you are meeting people in Sri Lanka. You have that nature to talk to the grassroots level, to go to the people and talk to the people to people, and to meet in the heart to heart of the people. That you are doing through the Indian Council for Cultural Relationship, the local center. You have very good staff over here, and you have a very enthusiastic director and all other staff over here. They are doing wonderful job, as they have done in their predecessors as well. So once again, I thank you very much for your kind invitations to participate over here, and may this noble endeavor carry on for the future to promote peace and harmony in Sri Lanka and also throughout the world. May all you be well and happy by the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Teruvan Saranai. Hemadenatam.
Thank you, Venerable Dr. Vimalasara Mahathira. Now I invite Professor Chandra Bose to share his thoughts briefly.
Thank you very much, Chief Guest Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE and His Excellency SHRI GOPAL BAGLAY and dignitaries and other distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen. I am talking about only two matters here. One is, why I am here and what context I am speaking here, number one. And number two, in what context I have benefited from the program that I had in India. One is, I was given a scholarship in 1997 and pursued my PhD, MPhil PhD at Jawaharlal Nehru University. So I was selected under the ICCR scholarship in 1997. I am basically from plantation community, and I was at the Open University as a lecturer. And that was a great opportunity I had to study in Jawaharlal Nehru. So my research was exclusively on plantation. So I have had a very good experience of studying Indian tea estates as well as Sri Lankan tea estates. It was a comparative analysis between in India on labor-related issue. So I had very good supervisor to supervise my thesis. So done a very good studies, and I am also now I am very confident and say something about the whole world of plantation in the country. So then second, I briefly say that, what I have learned from India. So this is basically, those who went to India is a great opportunity we had. Not only studying the particular subject in the discipline, whether it is economics or science, whether it is any other disciplines. We are studying the social gathering, social harmony. The real harmony should be learned from Indian society. How they are. I don't think that Indians, when they go to any places, they always want to have a multiple culture. They enjoy the multiple culture, multiculture. Multiculturalism is the heart of the Indians. And I also learn from how they have tolerate various type of people while I am traveling. I travel a lot. I think many people would have been travel from Tamil Nadu to Delhi in Tamil Nadu Express. I traveled more than 11 times. Even recently when I went 4 years back, I want to have the same experience. I deliberately traveled from Delhi to Tamil Nadu, the experience that I had. How they have tolerating, even the beggar comes to the train. Even the other people, different community they had. How they can make, very good one family within a very short period. Within 1 or 2 hours time, when we get into the train, everybody feel free and speak, whether it is politics, whether it is economics, whether it is English, whether it is culture. Everybody can speak independently in front of others. So I have learned many things, how to work with these, different type of people, and even for others also would have been learned there. So this much of opportunity to be given Sri Lankan forever. I think India is doing very good opportunity for the Sri Lankan to study, whether it is Pune, whether it is North India, whether it is any part of the country. So they are trying to learn how to live with these others, how to tolerate the people, and what type of poverty, how to treat the poverty-stricken people in their other country. We can learn things, discipline from any part of the country, but we'll have to study the social life. We will have to go India. I had a great opportunity. Thank you for the government of India, ICCR. I was there nearly 4.5 years to complete my MPhil PhD. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Chandra Bose. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say a few words about our chief guest of this evening, Honorable Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe. Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe is a well-known scholar, thinker of political science and democracy. Professionally renowned as a trainer of people's representatives, Dr. Sahasrabuddhe represented the state of Maharashtra as a member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, from the year 2016 to 2022. Dr. Sahasrabuddhe holds a doctorate in political science from the prestigious University of Mumbai and is a postgraduate in English literature. Since 2018, he is serving as the president of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations. Since 2020, he has been the chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Education, Women, Children, Youth, and Sports. From 2014 to 2020, Dr. Sahasrabuddhe served as the National Vice President of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is a member of the Parliamentary Business Advisory Committee, Parliamentary Research Committee, Parliamentary Library Committee, COIR Board, Data Protection Committee, High-Level Committee on National Cadet Corps, constituted by the Ministry of Defense and various other national committees of the Government of India. He's a regular columnist in major Marathi, Hindi, and English newspapers, and is credited with half a dozen books, 2 of which have won awards. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our chief guest, Honorable Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, President, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, for his remarks with a big round of applause.
Most venerable members of the clergy, I offer my pranams to all of you. The High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, Shri GOPAL BAGLAY ji, government representatives, ministers, officials, ICCR alumni, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Just about 4 hours before that I landed in Sri Lanka, in this very, very beautiful country, something which is not just close to India geographically, but more importantly, closer to the hearts of we all Indians. And one thing I realized, because as President ICCR, I have had the chance of visiting several countries, near home and far off. I had been to neighboring countries, at least 3-4 of them. But Sri Lanka is unique because when you land at Colombo, you don't have to adjust your watch. The similarity in our thinking, the commonality in our approaches, and the closeness of our cultural traditions, I believe, is symbolized by the very fact that we are always on the same page, in the same space, and perhaps geographically in the same place as well. So I told my ICCR colleagues that in a way, Sri Lanka is considered as the second home by every Indian. And therefore, I am extremely happy, immensely delighted to be here. And at the outset, let me congratulate our distinguished alumni awardee, Professor Lal Mervyn Dharmasiri, because not just we have felicitated him through this award, but when such a distinguished academic is recognized, I believe the award also gets felicitated. And therefore, once again, let me congratulate Professor Lal Mervyn Dharmasiri ji. I also congratulate all the members of the Sri Lanka chapter of India alumni, because as was rightly pointed out by speakers earlier, that this exchange of scholars is not something new. It started with the visit of Mahendra and his sister here. And in a way, when India hosts students from Sri Lanka, offers scholarships, tries to offer every required support to them, I consider that we are repaying the debt of Sri Lanka, because Sri Lanka welcomed our prince and princess, and it is our duty now to welcome, to receive, and to support the scholars coming from Sri Lanka. I'm extremely happy that the relationship between India and Sri Lanka, which is built on a legacy of intellectual, cultural, religious, linguistic ties, is more than 2,500 years old, as has been pointed out by earlier speakers, and I have also referred to that. India has always been an attractive destination for foreign students and scholars who wanted to enrich their academic excellence. As you are all aware, the Indian Council for Cultural Relations has an extensive scholarship program for foreign students. We annually disburse large number of scholarships to students from countries across the world to pursue academic and other courses in Indian performing and visual arts at undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral research levels in various Indian universities. I would say that the students who are coming to India are modern days Yuan Tsangs, Fahiyans, and Alberunides, because these were the scholars who earned their name and fame after visiting India and writing their treatise. But these students who have now successfully completed their courses and pursuing a bright career in their home countries, I am sure are going to spread the light of education in India and knowledge traditions in India as well. Friends, India desires to continue and strengthen this mutually beneficial relationship and to enhance cooperation and understanding with Sri Lanka. As I said, our support to empower the people of Sri Lanka through community-centric development projects in various spheres and through capacity-building programs and training assistance are a central pillar of our multifaceted partnership with Sri Lanka. Friends, these days ICCR has launched a new program which is called as Gen X Democracy Network. And one thing which is common between India and Sri Lanka is our democratic traditions. And when I say democratic traditions, it is not just political democracy. India and Sri Lanka are democratic because our foundations are in this spiritual democracy that we share. And I believe this tradition continues endlessly. When we offer scholarships, and when our students also go abroad, not just only foreign students come to India, but Indian students also in a big way go abroad, I believe that is the example of knowledge democracy. India has been spearheading the entire developing countries' community when it comes to issues like climate change, environment, and I believe there also we are giving a voice to those who are considered by the mighty forces in the global community as voiceless. And in that way, we are also pursuing what I would describe as climate democracy. When we talk about development and provide assistance, share knowledge, it is also development democracy. And therefore, many democracies, I believe, strengthen our common traditions and our commitment to democracy as well. Friends, the world's second largest education hub, India, is the home of 1,000+ universities and more than 42,000 colleges, offering wide range of courses as identified by India's ranking authorities. A total of 1,113 universities, 43,796 colleges, and 11,296 standalone institutions provide ample opportunities to students pursuing higher education, and these students are both Indian as well as foreign. Insofar as the India Alumni Initiative is concerned, we believe that once a student of India, regardless of which university he has studied, under which scholarship program he has come, we consider everybody as alumni of India and therefore India alumni. We are all brothers and sisters, and we are all partners in this knowledge tradition. I believe and I would appeal all those members of the India alumni that the High Commission and also the ICCR Center over here would be extending all possible support if you decide to come together, let's say, once, twice, or thrice in every year. Remain in touch with India, remain in touch with your alma mater. Also, I was talking to the High Commissioner. We would like Indian students also to be learning about the Sinhalese language and literature. And our students from Sri Lanka coming to India while pursuing their education perhaps can teach some language to Indian students as well. I was talking to the Pune University alumni here. She told me that she has picked up a little bit of Marathi. I come from Maharashtra. And Pune is a place where I have also studied, and I am also a student of Pune University sometime. So if they can learn Marathi, they can teach Sinhalese as well. This is how we build the bridges. And this kind of a language bridge, I believe, will strengthen our cultural ties in the future as well. Friends, I am happy that this forum is launched here, and I see a bright future for India alumni in Sri Lanka. Our Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center is celebrating 25th anniversary of its establishment, and at this occasion, once again, I believe and I hope that with the cooperation and support coming from all of you, all our friends of Sri Lanka, we can definitely achieve our objective of strengthening cultural ties between India and Sri Lanka. Thank you very much.
Thank you, His Excellency. I now would like to request Professor Ankuran Datta, Director of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, to formally deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Our heartful gratitude to the venerable members of the clergy, our chief guest, Honorable President of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Dr. VINAY SAHASRABUDDHE, Excellencies, Secretaries, Secretary for Ministry of Buddha Sasana, Honorable Vice Chancellors, academicians, cultural personalities, invited guests, all officials of Government of Sri Lanka, media personnel, Indian community, and all the members of the India alumni here present today. I would like to offer my sincere gratitude for their gracious presence at this special event. I would also like to thank and congratulate again Professor Dharmasri for receiving this prestigious award. My gratitude also goes to the officers and the staff of the High Commission of India and Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center for their effort to making this event successful. Thank you so much.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's event. We hope you enjoyed this evening, and thank you all for your august presence here, marking this momentous occasion. I request our chief guest, Honorable Dr. Vinay SAHASRABUDDHE, His Excellency Shri GOPAL BAGLAY, and other dignitaries to join the participants for refreshments. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you.
जिस तरह से तबले के बोल हैं त्रिगड़ दिन 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 दागे त्रिगड़ दिन कत्ता धागे त्रिगड़ दिन दिन, ऐसी हमारे सरोद के बोल हैं दिड़ डाला डाला दा दिड़ दा दिड़ डाला दा दिड़ दा। तो ये बंदिश हंस ध्वनि की एक ताले में दिड़ 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 दा डाला दा दा दिड़ दा डाला दा डाला दिड़ 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 दा